That's really I'm glad you were here to notice. Hey, how are you today? I'm good. I'm good. It's been like raining on and off here all day and cold. Excellent for me. I love that. That is my favorite weather. So I'm really happy about it. Um, and I actually had a good day at work. It was steady, but it wasn't like to where I wanted to die busy like that. Oh shit, that was the. Oh my god, I'm making it worse instead of better. Uh, um, yeah, but it was still steady, so that was still good. Oh yeah, I need that. Okay. Oh wait. Okay. This is okay. Still getting used to how this chair operates. What else is it? Oh, and then yeah, it's been a good day. I'm tired because I didn't sleep well again, but pretty much used to it. So it's like whatever. It's just part of my life now. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing I can do. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'm off tomorrow, so. But, yeah, it is what it is. I can sleep. I can sleep when I'm dead. So. But yeah, it actually did sprinkle again a little bit earlier, and I didn't even notice it. I just look out the window and see, there's it's wet on the road. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, hopefully, we'll see. One can only hope. Um, yeah, just kind of getting in the kind of preparing mentally for the show on Friday. That reminds me, I'm gonna jam around a little bit. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. But it's always kind of a nervousness, a little bit like thinking about things until until you're like on stage. Until you're on stage, and it's kind of like also like when you're off stage, then you can because it is still kind of a job too. It's still a job. So when the job is done, then it's relaxing time, and then it's just like talking to people and making connections and just having a good time. So and until that, um, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited too. Um, I really like. That's why I really like playing somewhere in the middle. I don't like playing as an opener because oftentimes people don't start showing up until a certain time. Um, so when you're an opener, it's like nobody's there. And I also don't like playing as a closer, which is unfortunately something that has happened many times to us because of the genre of music that we perform. So they would put us as closers because we would play with like bands that didn't play as heavy music genre that we did. So they will put us last because they're like, oh shit, these guys are really heavy. We're just gonna put them at last. And in the beginning, I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't know any better, but now that I'm kind of a little bit more seasoned, I'm like, no, I don't want to play at that time. Oh wow, it's like I made it worse. Even so, I pushed it back. Why can this never? God damn it. Whatever. Fuck it. Yeah. so I like it. I like it when we really play in the middle somewhere, you know. I mean, I really like second place. Second place is good. But third place is probably still best because, gotta keep 'em moving. Oh my God, that was such a great song. It's a great song. Maybe I can find out the notes for this. Maybe not right now in front of people, but yeah, but then then you get it over with, you know, and not to sound, you know, like that, but it's behind you then, and then you still have like 2 or 3 bands that you can enjoy, and you can talk to people, and it's not like super late where everybody's already hammered or has gone home. You know, so being somewhere in the middle is a good and also because we do still have to drive an hour and 15 minutes there, you know. Well, my keyboard is actually longer than that still, and then home too, you know, an hour, so which is not that bad, but it's still something, you know. It's just a little too loud, I think. Might be. It's weird. It's weird when I always play around with that little tiny acoustic, and it's just like, and then I take this heavy electric thing in my hand, and it's like, damn. It's totally in this shitty angle too. Whatever. Just trying to jam around a little bit. I see you here, Kenjin. I was actually gonna text you since you were like all tired and bored. I was like, come on in. Nope. Promethean got me these. The ones that I always use. So, nope. I hated them. That's not something for me, you know. That's not something that I can use. I'm so used to this particular kind, you know. Shit on right now, but it sounds like shit. But whatever. This is for practicing this here. No! That's exactly the kind of scary nightmare that I think about when I'm live on stage. This is my worst nightmare, to think about that. But that's why it's good to have 2 guitar players. Because, you know, Draven's got me. It's not gonna have a choice when that happens. I'm just gonna throw the guitar down and just start you know, doing vocals. Because I'm sitting in this weird angle. See, that's why I can't even... I know what it is. It's this new chair. I can't sit the guitar how I did on my old chair now. It's weird. Ugh. Yeah, I don't like it. Gotta practice a little bit else later. Curious to see how many people will be there because it's a Friday, you know, and Friday is kind of, I wouldn't say hit or miss. Friday is always still people, but Friday is a little bit more unsure because people still work on Fridays, you know. So oftentimes people are like, "Oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to a show on Saturday." You know, so that's why I always try to book shows on Saturday. And truthfully, I mean, Friday is okay, but truthfully, I did not even realize until last week that the 17th was actually Friday and not Saturday. And it was actually my friend that told me, "Oh, so you're," because I was on the phone with him. He's like, "Oh, so you're playing on November 17th on the Friday?" And I'm like, "No, dude, that's Saturday." "No, it's a Friday." I'm like, "No, no." Of course, I wanted to argue. Then I go on the calendar. I was like, "Shit, that is a Friday. Holy, yeah." But yeah, it is not with the electric guitar. With the acoustic guitar, it's kind of like almost meant for sitting down. It's more like relaxed, you know. It feels more relaxed, and it's not. It's actually the reason why the acoustic guitar has these. To the contrary of what most musicians do, what I was taught, a lot of musicians. Now we can see here this indent, and this is precisely to put in your lap. But to the contrary of what a lot of musicians do, they put what you're supposed to put in your lap is the big part of the guitar. So your knee is supposed to be here. A lot of musicians, they don't do that. A lot of musicians put this into their lap. That is incorrect. You're supposed to hold it like this. The big. Ooh, I saw that just now. That goes into your. I don't know. That definitely looked like dust just now, but. So it's way easier, and it's different. Now, when you play electric guitar, when you're standing up, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference, you know, because you can move around better, you can maneuver this shit better. So yeah, most people I actually see more people holding the acoustic guitar incorrectly in their lap than I see people holding it correctly, which is actually really sad. But you know, I mean, it also depends too. Like, of course, there is always the you know the way that it's supposed to be, but then it also depends on the comfort of the musician too. You know, like if the musician is just more comfortable holding it a certain way, then you know who goes by the book there, you know, and that's okay. And it's understandable, but I don't know, it's kind of like I always want to try to do these things like how the you know yeah, it really is like you got to be comfortable with how you're holding your instrument so you can actually play it properly and stuff, you know. I'm just oh god, my computer's like, it's time to restart. Almost time. You want to? Not now. Um yeah, so yeah, there's many different things. I learned how to hold the guitar when I was in elementary school. Of course, you know, that was one of those first things that you learn is the basics, you know, how to hold the guitar, how to play an A and a D. You know, those are like the first notes that I learned how to play on acoustic guitar and when I was like 7 or 8 or something. Yeah, that has never happened before on like while I was streaming. It's weird that that just happened like that. Hopkins such. Oh, okay, okay. Wow, we haven't had that in a while. We haven't had. You're gonna have to let me think on that for a minute. Hmm. Oh, we want to do. Oh, yeah. Let's think. Okay, I got one. So, the number 666 is, the number of the beast. The number of the beast. It's the satanic number. Now, one of the reasons why why 666 is the number of the devil is because the actual Church of Satan, that was founded by Anton LaVey, was founded in 1966. So it was pretty much the 9 turned around and then, taken. So 666. I don't know why that was the thing that just came into my head, but yeah. That's a good fact to know. You knew that? Oh, come on. Okay. If you knew that, I'll find another one. I'll find something. Let's see. Something will come to me. Mima. So your wait a minute. Mima is grandma, right? Or my mom? Because Mima is usually what I think people call their grandma. I see. Well, I was asking. Because my mother was actually born in 1960. My mother. My grandmother was born in 1937. I just ripped my finger up again. Damn it. Windows updates? No! See, again! Oh yeah, I'm okay. It's just bleeding a little bit. Yeah, Kenjin, it does go back further, but for the satanic Church of Satan, it was pretty much the perfect, for the satanic community, it was the perfect timing. Anton LaVey just kind of like seized that and was like, bingo, A birth, what? Damn, I have like a huge fucking crack in my, not crack, but like a indent in my keyboard. Like maybe when I played Guild Wars 2 and I got pissed off and I was like, Gah! No, I don't really do it. 1966. That's why, like the satanic foundation as it's established today is actually not that old. It's actually 60 years old only, really. Yes, 1966. So it is actually rather young still, compared to like, even so it is considered a religious like establishment, but it's also not really a religious thing because it's non-religious in a sense, but it still has certain aspects as religious foundations have, right? So So compared to all the other ones like Christianity or paganism or well, Wicca is probably still younger. I think Wicca might still be younger uh, than Satanism. I'm wondering. I have to look that up later. Well, it seems to be. It's seemingly the beginning of self-love, or rather self-acceptance, and self-empowerment. Um, that's how I like to see it because the way I always describe it, because people don't have the knowledge, right? And it's sad, and they should. But the way I always describe it is like, to be a Satanist means kind of two things. It means firstly that you're just like a how do I explain that the best way? Like, you're an extreme atheist, an atheist of the extreme sort, but you're also an atheist that has spirit, and that is acting out spiritually, which a regular atheist does not do, because that all of that is pretty much, to an atheist, most of all of it is just like, nothing that they really get involved in like that. So for a Satanist, it's being an atheist but on crack, right? But also still acting, out their spirituality, still oftentimes magic users too, which it's kind of like the community there is split, because you have the Satanists that are really just like the atheists. They really don't believe even in the magic part, and then you have the practicing Satanists that are actually, there's also like pantheistic Satanists, that follow the dark gods, the dark lords, like Leviathan, etc., Beelzebub, and all them. So there's different variations of how Satanism is practiced, right? So that's why for me it's kind of like, it's always difficult because, it's like pantheistic Satanism, yeah, paganism, yeah, so that's both sort of my way of life, I have many sides to me. What I really shun for my own self, is like Wicca, because if you're Wiccan, it's like you may as well take the last step and become pagan, because you're really just only one step away from becoming the true nature of what you're really supposed to be. And of course, Christianity is not something, Buddhism and Hinduism, they all have little hints of the same, because like Kenji said, all of these, Satanism, for instance, a lot of these things that are practiced there are based on things that are practiced in Hinduism and Buddhism, etc. A lot of these things, they all kind of flow together. Okay, 1954. Okay, so it's just 12 years. 12 years older than Satanism. Okay. Yeah, because I had a thought that it was a little bit older, because Gardner was one of the people that wrote one of the first books when he went out there and started researching witch witch covens in Scotland, Ireland, and England, and he wrote a book about that. And I think he wrote that around that time, and so was one of the first to establish the Wiccan religion. And I read that book, really good, really interesting to learn. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense, actually. I gotta scroll back, Kenjin, because you texted a lot, and I gotta fucking read all that. Let's see. Yeah, Gerald Gardner. Exactly. Yes. That's so crazy. Yes, exactly. Yes, because he went and did and researched these actual witch covens, and he's very secretive about many of the things. He won't talk about many of the things, even in his books, because it is one of these things, as in other things that you and I, Kenjin, can relate to. It's a protection thing. It is literally protecting these covens, etc., from a new age witch hunt. That's why he couldn't speak about many of these practices and many of these rituals and many of these places that he went to and many of these people. He could not really be completely open because he wanted to make sure he protects the people that he's researching and everything. So yeah, Gerald that's correct. Yes. Yep. You be typing so fast, though. Oh my god, I hate that too. You're one of these people that just always sends one, and then the bubble pops up on my phone again, and the bubble, and the bubble, and the bubble. It's like this could have been one message. I hate when people do that. It's so annoying. Just write one whole message. Oh god. Apparently. I read it. But anyway, this is we're on the right track with this conversation here. This is really good. Yeah, for any of the beginners, Gerald Gardner is one of the people that is really deeply devoted to this thing, or was deeply devoted. So any book by him, is really recommendable. Um, Subscribe, bro. I'm gonna say that too when I come back. I'm gonna tell them subscribe. Um, yeah, yeah, really nice. It's one of the earlier books that I actually read. Yeah. But also the Satanic Bible, very, very good. Anything that says Bible, right, is for some reason is bound to have some sort of contradictions in it, right? And in the Satanic Bible, there are a couple of things that contradict each other too, and it's something that annoys me, right? That's something because that's hypocrisy, and I don't like that, because that's like annoying, because you want to believe this, and you agree. You read this book and you're like, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, 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 yeah. And you read, and then suddenly you stumble upon this contradiction. Oh, the chapter before said something completely different. So it's like, okay, so then it already takes out the seriousness. You can't really take it so seriously. That's that it's a religious working written by a human, right? So you can't really expect it to be perfectly, to your standards at all times. But that's why I really always suggest to people too, before you want to say, I am Wiccan, I am a Satanist, I'm pagan, I'm this and that, whatever you want to call yourself, really do the historical research. Really read historical books, not Bibles, not you know believe books on beliefs. Do that later, because they're all written by people that have their own beliefs. You know what I mean? So it's like it's all open to interpretation. But if you read a book on a certain history, like for instance, I'm reading right now. I told you guys I'm reading the Viking Way is one of the books that I'm reading right now. This is historical archaeological facts, right? This tells you these things, the truth, what was actually found in the ground, like what tools did our ancestors use. They described literally, they drew pictures. They described what the grave sites looked like, what could they find there, what were things that charms that they used for religious practice. Well, some of these things they cannot really determine 100%, but they have a good idea because you have so many authors and so many archaeologists. And if you have, like, I don't know, 25 archaeologists and 22 of them say it's used for this particular thing, then you can be almost certain that this is probably what they used it for. Because you have, for instance, the argument in the book I'm reading right now too is about the staffs. To the contrary of what people believe, wooden staffs, not many were discovered. You know how a lot of people say that our ancestors, they worked magic with wooden staffs or staves. They also used them as wands. Now, first of all, the reason why not many were discovered, because we understand over thousands of years wood deteriorates. Now, many wands and staves were found that were actually made of iron. And it is very much a debate between all these archaeologists whether they were used for religious practices, whether they were used for, as walking sticks, because many of these iron rods found were very deteriorated and all of these things. And so it's very interesting, when you look, for instance, these days, you look at many people that wear Mjolnir, the Thor's hammer. It's problematic because a lot of people have said this before. They don't know what this means. They know it was the hammer of the god Thor, and that's pretty much all of their knowledge of this. Let me see. What? I don't know what that means. How can such? Does a door have something in stone on a current curb to build a detergent? What? I don't know. Deterrent instead of detergent? I don't know. But anyway, so and it's disappointing because our ancestors literally the charm of Thor's hammer was found all over Scandinavia, all over Denmark, Sweden, Norway, mostly. Those were like the most prominent countries that had signs of these objects. And it's like these people really lived their life, and Thor was a real character to them, just like it is to me. Like, Thor was their ancestor. They believed that Thor is their great 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 grandfather or whatever, great uncle, whatever they believed. These were true people to them at some point that had died and had then become gods in Valhalla. This is how they interpreted their these things. So they were very devoted. They had the knowledge, the stories. If you read the Asatru Anna, they had the stories of what the Thor. Hello, extreme Asian what? Am I reading that right? Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, my fucking multi-stream is not. It looks like it says extreme Asian shock. Okay. Hi, extreme Asian shock. Greetings. What Asian? Oh, thank you. Hi, Florida Metal. Asian shock. Yeah. What country of the Asian countries are you from? I'm curious. So anyway, so it's like, for me, it's very frustrating because it's like, okay, I wear the inverted cross at this moment. I took my jewelry off earlier because I exercised and I don't like wearing that because it's mostly silver. Now, my Thor's hammer is steel, but I don't like wearing so much jewelry when I work out. So I put it to the side, but it's like, there have been probably 3 instances in the last few years where I was literally like, okay, I don't think I want to wear this anymore, because people walk around with this everywhere now and they have no idea. They're just wearing this because it's in fashion right now. It's in, I guess, for these people. And it's like, bro, this is not like, somebody like me is not wearing this as a fashion statement. This is meaningful to me. Copper, I don't use much. I don't have any copper, anything copper. In fact, I don't think I own anything made of copper, at least to my knowledge. Yeah, okay, so you and I, Kenjin, we've had this discussion multiple times. That's why. Yeah, and it's true, and that's why I don't. That's why That's why every time I think I should, then I decide against it and say no, because I am the authentic representative of this religion, of this belief, of this ancestor, because this, I came through this once human being, and I'm here today through thousands of years of my ancestors, multiply, whatever. Um, but it really begs for other people need to do the research. It's very disappointing when I see it all the time. I really see it all the time, and I test these people. I will say, hey, nice hammer. Where do you come from? Are you from the U.S.? Because I live in the U.S. I'm like, are you from the U.S.? And most people, they have, yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm my great grandfather, he came from Germany over here at some point, and so yeah. And that's it. That's literally as much as they know of their own heritage. And it's so, like, dude, like, come on, like, really? You don't want to find out? Because, yeah, as we are alive, we move forward in the future, right? We move forward. But we need to be aware of what happened back there, too. Our ancestors were so strong that they were able to survive and us be born, and live, which can be a curse at times, too. I understand that, but, yeah, but it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing to me. They don't understand even the slight, even the least, of why things were done a certain way. What was the message behind it? What was the thought behind it? They'll say, okay, Odin, for instance. Everybody knows Odin, Othalas, everybody knows who is that. Okay. What the only thing they will ever say, yeah, he's a god of war. Yeah, Odin. Hail Odin, god of war. And that's literally what consists. This is the consistency of their knowledge. Odin was not just actually the war god is actually rather secondary to Odin, the war god. That was actually a more secondary position for him, because Odin was a god of wisdom. Odin was a god of the practice of Seder. Okay, that was one of the things that people don't understand. Also, people don't understand the superficial people. They will always talk about Galdar and Seder, and they will always say, "Oh, Seder was a bad. Seder was bad witchcraft." It's because they watched the Viking show. The Viking show was aired on History Channel because there's a lot of stuff in that show that is historical fact, right? We understand that, but it is still a show of fiction. So in that show, they portrayed Seder as being a practice that was practiced like by evil witches. That's not at all what Seder. That's not at all how it actually went, And it's like, and it's just annoying. It just annoys me because people like me, I sit there and actually do the research. I actually know what I'm talking about. I actually know all of these things, and then it just kind of I feel kind of trampled on then in that sense. But it's whatever. It's more like it's not the people that are like unwillingly ignorant, but it's the people that just willingly stay ignorant, that just do all that shit and they stay ignorant because they just choose to. That's what really aggravates me, and that's what really gets on my nerves. Well, Tyr was the god of war. Yeah, the Aesir, but there Aesir is not only means just the gods of war. That's not how it is. That is just a particular. It's like almost like it's a clan. It's a particular clan. It's not, um, you know, directly just about war for the Aesir either. I thought I was in the. Okay. So, it's a form of safety. What's a form of safety? Remaining ignorant? Well, they all melded in together. Things got really blurry, because the the Vanir, the Aesir, everybody being ignorant. Yeah, I know. And I mean, I can grasp it. I can understand it to a certain extent, But once you really go over that threshold and really tell yourself, let me actually learn about because it is a discovery of self too. You know what I mean? You're discovering yourself if you learn about your beliefs and your knowledge. If you actually say, I don't know enough about this topic that I'm wearing this. Maybe I should kind of maybe read a little bit about it. And all of these things come through time. But as long as you try, I just really think, you would never see me. I don't know. I'm just really a type of person, like, I really just do what I believe in. And it's just, oh, hi, Scooby. Hey, come on now. Come on now. That's my people. The Vanya and my people. Those are my great, great, great grandparents. Don't talk shit. Come on. I'm Vanya. For instance, everybody knows Ankh, right? Everybody knows Ankh, the symbol, the Egyptian symbol of life, right? The cross with the, I wear it. I wear it all the time. You guys see me with it. I always wear it because, our ancestors do not stop, in our, Scandinavian heritage or wherever, but they go way further back still, even before that, even before Ankh was in existence, Mesopotamia, we have this, but I really just really I'm a very big I'm very impressed by the the historical culture of our Egyptian ancestors. There's so much there. But like one of the first things that I really learned when I started reading about nice shirt. It's a fucking I see you redeemed. I see you redeemed, Scooby. Uh a token of who a person is, less one knows the circle. Yeah, but that's exactly really the thing. What what I was just gonna say. For instance, one of the first things I learned when I started reading about the Egyptian culture back then, thousands of years ago, was one of those things where it was explained that it's actually not called the Ankh. It's actually Ankh. It does not have a pronoun in that sense. Ankh is just Ankh. And that is such a simple, that was one of the first sentences that I read in this book. And it was one of the first things that I learned. And one of the first things where I was like, like if somebody will just read one chapter out of a book, the first chapter, they already have more knowledge than they had before. And then I get irritated, because people will wear the big ass fucking, they wear big ankh and earring ankh, and they don't even know what the symbol actually means. Oh, they have it on the walls in Egypt. Okay, it's actually the symbol of life, and it was a very prominent symbol back then that really was plastered everywhere because the Egyptians were so adamant about the fact that when they die, they don't actually die. They go into the afterlife and they continue to live in the afterlife. That was one of the biggest things surrounding this, and such a simple thing. Such a simple thing. Alright, Scooby, let me shuffle those cards. I don't know. Let me turn that up. Maybe. I don't know. I've been having some weird stuff happening here. But let me shuffle this for you, Scooby. The future. My God. I really hope this one will be better for you, Scooby, because... I mean, last time, you had the tower last time. I think. It's better? Okay, good. I had to turn the thing up a little bit. The interface. But yeah, so, and I always tell people too, if I'm not I'm not a teacher or anything like that. I'm a student myself. I'll remain a student until I die. You know what I mean? I'm not professionally, educated in this field, but I have educated myself over the years. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, and contact me and ask me, and I can totally guide you in the direction. But I really not have all the answers either, But there's always many people on YouTube, many people that share videos and explanations. There's this one guy that I follow on YouTube, and I forget his name now. He lives in like the Colorado mountains, and he's a professor of Scandinavian culture and religion. And I have him on my YouTube, and he will post so much stuff all the time, just on history, on how things are pronounced in Old Norse, everything. And it's a lot because he really gets like academically super involved. So I'm like, okay, I'm not in school right now. So I'll watch one video of his for like 45 minutes or something, and then I'm like, all right, I'm done for today. And I only retained like 10%, but that's normal. I guess it's normal for my brain size. No, I think I've heard one day you only retain a certain percentage anyway. But, and then a week later I saw, he's got another video. Let me check. Very knowledgeable. Very, from the, the actual, like, the stories, the mythological stories to historical facts to, the word pronunciations, and then also locations and everything. He's very, very knowledgeable. So I'm gonna have to next stream is gonna be next week or Saturday, hopefully, if I'm not dead, because we have a show Friday, so I might be really tired on Saturday. But Saturday I'm gonna try to see what is his name, because I forget. Okay. Hey, Serenity, how are you? All right, Serenity, you're going to be right after Scooby. Sorry if I don't see it. I have to flip back and forth between my multi-stream and my Twitch stream. How... That's already there. Your solar plexus is there. It grows as you grow as a human, I believe. Greta Thunberg. What about her? Greta Thunberg? I thought it was Thunberg. Whatever, I don't know. Alright, Scooby. Scooby! I feel like that was the same card you had last time. Was that the same card? Oh, okay, I got you. Great, great. Yeah, I got you. No, I get it now. This is so good. Nothing. We're dumb. We're dumb here. The Knight of Pentacles. I think you had that last time. This is a good card. Okay, so this is talking about you going out to the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my god, remember that, guys? No, we didn't have that in Germany. We had our own in German, so I don't remember the people always talk about. Remember how you watched Wheel of Fortune when you were a kid? It's like when I was a kid, I was in Germany and we had Wheel of Fortune, but it was not the American Wheel of Fortune. It was the German version, which was Glücksrad. Actually, it was called Glücksrad, and you know, Glücksrad means wheel of luck. So similar, but yeah, Glücksrad is what we had, and it was on Sat.1, on the channel Sat.1. Yeah, I remember this now. Sorry. Okay, he's in a wheelchair. Okay, anyway, moving on. Knight of Pentacles, talking about, yes, methodical, persistent, ritualistic, a little bit mundane. These things, though, they will, you know, it's almost like rocking back and forth. I don't know why that comes to my mind, but it's like you will be in a stable state, okay, where, I mean, people rocking back and forth are usually not in a stable state, but you know what, it's a ritualistic state. It's a methodical and persistent, you know, state. So this is good in the future. Very good for you, Scooby. Yep, exactly, Scooby, exactly. And I believe that you are a lot younger than me, Scooby. I'm not unsure, but I think you're actually a lot younger. So I do find it cool that this has continued on for the new generation too, not just us. I think so, but you could be my age. I don't know. I'm 35. How old are you? I want to know now. But you gotta tell me the truth, man. You can't lie. Okay, moving on. Oh, wow. We haven't had that one in a while. King of Wands inverted. So, yeah, Kendra, that's Scooby. That's. I told Kendra about you. Ah, very smart, Kendra. Good one. Clever. Nope. Nope. OG? Yeah, but I mean, how old? Okay, gotta catch them all. You think? Yeah. I think so. I think it's a nostalgic thing, I guess. There's a cruel parent, a cruel figure of authority. Okay, in your future. Somebody that is. Somebody around you will be not very understanding of you, of your endeavors, rough-natured, they will be not really compassionate, intolerant, and strict with you. Yeah, it's like somebody that's in charge. It could be like a boss or something. Somebody's in charge, they will be a little bit cruel to you. Not ideal, you know, not an optimal situation, but I think it's on a lighter note. I don't think it's gonna be a very like devastating thing, a very bad thing, but there's somebody gonna be there that's gonna be cruel to you, and yeah, ill-natured, and they will not really have an understanding for you. But it's something that you will immediately realize and recognize, and you will change your attitude in that moment, realizing what's going on, and that's what will kind of get you out of this situation. Let's move on. Four of Wands inverted. So, looking like there will be like a division. There will be divorce. There will be unstable and insecure home life. Okay, um, unstable partnership. Doesn't necessarily mean, I always tell you guys, it doesn't necessarily mean this is an actual partner, like a love partner, but it's somebody that you're close to, that you maybe live with or something, and it will be shaky, and there will be kind of a conflict between the two of you. I don't think that's the same person as the one, as this one. I think this is a different one. This is a friend or a family member of some sort that you may live with or live close to or almost live with, something like that. Yeah, so you have a little bit of trouble brewing here in the future, but it doesn't feel like it's anything really devastating in that sense, serious, okay? And as long as you remain persistent, methodical, and ritualistic in what you're doing yourself, things will be okay for you, okay? So that concludes you, Scooby. Not bad. Last time was bad, but this one was actually better for you today. So, all right. So Serenity, it is your turn now. So please let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like to inquire about. If not, we'll just do a general. Remember that now? Yep. Yep, Scooby, I swear. It is really saying that if this, now this card showed up again for you, this is really a sign. This is really saying like you just stick with what you're doing. Just stick with what you're doing. It's fine. It'll be fine for you, you know. So, it's good. It's a good thing that this card came up again. Whenever that happens, then you can know it's like underlined, you know, that this is actually an underlining sign of maintaining that. I don't know what you're talking about with the chair, Kenji. Gotta keep on moving. I love that song. I like funk music. Funk music is good. Currency bees. I love that show so much. Oh, yeah. That's what I always think, too. Kenjin. Exactly. That's what I see, too. That's so funny. I always thought to myself, am I crazy or something? No, that's what it looks like. Oh, my nose is running like crazy. Oh, the Wheels of Fortune. Now, because you explained it. I don't know what you were saying. And Florida Metal's just smiling. You guys are funny. You can't just start talking about shit and expect me to know what you're talking about. No, you just kept on talking about a guy in a chair. And I'm thinking about Ray or something. You lied to the guy in the chair, Rick. You lied to the guy in the fucking chair. You see $60 laying around? $60. What, 320s or what? Sorry, guys. Those are Trailer Park Boys references. I love that show. It's hilarious. Serenity. Let's go. You're the stimmer. The stimmer. Oh, this is so good here, Serenity. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to argue, is what he said. I don't want to argue about this anymore. I gotta watch that tonight, I think. Page of Pentacles. Look at that. This is really good. You are eager to learn, okay? You're very eager to start new things. A young student. So it looks like you're probably getting into new things, uncharted territory, so to speak. And you have an inventive mind, okay? So really good. So you're like, there's something brewing, okay? There's creativity brewing, there's thoughts going on, stepping into other things, into new territory, starting with new things, and you're very eager to get on. Like you really want to work towards this, whatever this is, a new hobby or a new job, whatever it is. So very good. Continue. Of course, something had to come up. Two of Wands inverted. Now, however, you're having a little bit of problems bringing these ideas really together to be able to manifest what you're trying to do. It's your attention is divided, separation and dysfunction. So what I think it is like you're focusing on something that's not helpful to you in furthering your, the thing that you're trying to do. Okay, you're trying to do something, but your attention is kind of like off. It's not on there. It's more focused on stuff that's not really important to focus on, and that you should just disregard. So there's a divided attention, little bit problems concentrating on your goal, on the thing that you're setting yourself. Okay, last one. You guys are all doing good. This is the same. Look, Kenton, it's again the Knight of Pentacles, Serenity. This is really good. This is the sign, once again, it's the sign of it, as long as you persist in what you're trying to do, as long as you keep it a ritual and do it all the time, and you have a method about it, you remain methodical, it will be fine. Mundane is the thing too with this card. So it's like, don't get your emotions involved. Just kind of really try to work like a well-oiled machine on this goal, and you will get there. But you have to be, it has to become a routine for you. You have to always do it. You cannot skip a day. You just got to keep doing it, and you will get there. It'll take time and patience, but as long as you remain, strong-willed and you are eager to do this, you have the motivation. As long as you'll be fine. So things are looking good for you. Just got to focus more on that goal, and you will be fine. And that should be easy for you. See you later, Scooby. Thanks for coming in. Really good read and everything. Thanks, man. Have a good night. You're welcome, Serenity. You're welcome. I hope that'll help you and give you a little bit of a push and a little bit of a reassurance that what you're doing is the right thing to do. It looks like you have your head in the right place, and that is always half the battle. To just gotta focus directly on it. What do I need to have a sharp eye for? Is that a question? Because bear hug to you too. I don't know what's the difference between a bear hug and a regular hug. I never got that, but unless you're like some big bear looking dude, like I understand when like a big guy that's like bigger than me hugs me, says bear hug. It's like, okay, you're like a bear, and okay, I get it. But if you're like some small dude, and it's not a bear hug, right? It's just like a regular hug, I guess. I don't know. Whatever, an American's bear hug. What is that? You redeemed one there? You did? Oh shit. Yeah, that's a stupid thing with the yeah, I see it here. With the multi-stream. It doesn't show you in the multi-stream. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's what you were asking about. I got you. Okay, let me get, my nose has been running again, guys. It's a ridiculous thing. I don't know why this keeps happening. Ow, my feet hurt today. Ow. Ow. Real bad. Now you guys see. Sorry, Always have some. I think in England they call it bathroom roll or something. Bath roll? Or I call it toilet paper. Roll. Okay, sorry about that. Live on stream, look at me, it's ridiculous. It's just like water just running out of my nose. I don't know why. Yes, concerning band. I understand. I'm coming. Alright. Now. But I really want to make sure that I shuffle this better. Toilet roll. That's what they call. That's what the English call that. Toilet roll, I think. I am very curious to see what you're reading. I'll hold for you, Kenjin. Well, that's where you little demons spawn from. Why do you think you speak English? No, you know what a fork is. You don't know what a knife is the problem. Like taking the fork and cutting your stuff with the fork all the time. That's what I always see. One arm down like this and cutting your... I'm like, what the... In Europe, we're like... Or rather like this. Oh, elbows in. Don't forget that. That's how we eat our meals. In America, it's like... Fucking damn! Just shoveling the shit in your face. Like, can you have a little bit of culture? Like, you have a knife right there. Just use it to cut your shit. God. Anyway. I think... Ridiculous. Of corpse. Alright. I'm going to turn around and there are going to be 3 of the same cards. And guess what? It doesn't work like that because there are not 3 of the same cards in the deck. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something? Oh, okay. Ads for you. Okay, then I'll wait. Just gotta wait till Kenshin comes back. But anyway, yeah, I do find it funny. Because one of the biggest things in Europe is, like, you always have to have... Oh, okay. You always have to have the one hand that you're not using to eat at least on the table. It is actually, like, a thing. You have to have it on the table. Main reason why is because... So people can see that you're not fondling yourself or doing some weird stuff in this area down there beneath the table. That is literally the reason why it's supposed to be sitting on the table. Now Americans are like, I cannot. I see it. I work in a fucking restaurant. I see it hundreds of times a day, and it drives me nuts. They would even literally say, "You right-handed or left-handed?" I'm left-handed. Okay, so then I'll sit on the other side because of the extremity shoveling motion that they do with the fucking fork. Oh my god. Yeah, I heard you. See how I said I heard you? That's fucking transcendence right there. Okay. Because I actually saw you, but I heard you. You know, it's weird. Okay, so this is such a fitting card, though, for you. The 9 of Wands. Yeah, see? There you go. That's it. That is one of those things. The 9 of Wands. You can see here the 8 wands are here, and then there's a 1 wand that has light. So the biggest thing about this card is, like, almost... You feel like almost giving up, right? You feel like you're really exhausted. But it's like a calamity and a pause before action and hope. Okay, so when it comes to these things, there's hope. Okay, so that is pretty much the biggest word for this card is you're just stopping to ponder during challenging events. A pause, you're summoning the will to continue with a struggle and hope. Okay, so let's not get all the band business in here, but I'm sure you can understand, and I can I think, understand what this really means. Send a YouTube video? Ooh. I'm going to have to check that later because I don't have my Twitch open right now. Yeah. So, you have a lot on your plate, and you just have to sit there, or you're sitting there right now, and you're like, okay, I have to breathe, and I have to summon the will to move forward, okay? And that's normal, but the big word is hope. There is hope, Thank you, Scooby. I will see you later. Moving on. This is good. This is good. Look at that. Ace of Swords. Look at that. Power is one of the biggest words is power. Superior inner strength. Situations leading to victory, determination, and courage. That's it. Yes. Just the fact that she's even holding the sword like that, when I think about you holding the guitar, like, it makes sense. It is definitely, it's fitting. It's fitting, okay? So far, so good. All right. That's good. Okay, so 4 of Cups inverted here. So 4 of Cups inverted is a good thing. It is talking about you're seeing, you have a bright outlook. You're looking toward the future in life, and you have new hopes and new dreams. So I see it like your inner eye. You're looking into the distance, and you're seeing things in your future. You're envisioning them, and you're starting slowly to work toward them. There is struggle, and the hope manifesting itself in this courage, in the power, probably related to the band. And all in all, you're looking at your dreams, you're looking forward. So, very good reading there for you, Kanjin. Very good. Yeah, this is a very strong card. Courage is also a big word, Oh, good. Yes, I'm very happy that your reading came out like that, because I was, a little nervous, but what I always explain that to people, what happens. Yeah, what's going on is it really does show that your energy is really clean of all of but I had something really clean of negative things, really clean of giving up. Your energy is very much focused on going forward. It's focused on power, on being powerful, on being courageous, on being hopeful. And that's really, we all have downs where we're like, I just want to We get like this. We all, not we all. Some of us are not mentally ill, but I am. But you're one of these people that I know that will get up very quickly again, very quickly. Nothing holds you down for long. Nothing. And there's many people that are not. They're really not as strong. They will get so bad that they actually have to go to the doctor and get medical help, because their depression runs their life, their anxiety runs their life, and it is oftentimes for certain people really, chemical imbalance that they cannot control. But some people, maybe they don't give a chance to being stronger on their own, but whatever. I don't judge because I don't know, and I'm also not a doctor. Like, I don't know how this actually works chemically in the brain, but I can know that there are certain people out there that have hardships that other people never had to endure, and that they still keep on going, and have this courage. That's huge, because you were to put somebody that never had this type of struggle into that position, they would potentially, possibly, probably falter under the heavy stress, under the trauma. There's trauma from the past. There is, even current abuse. Abuse of power onto this person, abuse by other humans around them, like mental or emotional or, whatever, psychological abuse, or poverty, being on the line of poverty, or everything combined, or illness in the family, or everything combined. And that's oftentimes, like, I know that from Kenjin, and I know that from myself. Oftentimes when it comes to these things, it's all of it, all at the same time. And it lasts a long time. It's not like, oftentimes I see people, they struggle with a problem for like a day, or okay, maybe not a day, but for like a week, and then things are better again suddenly they came to money, or suddenly the person that was so sick in their family is not sick anymore, or whatever, and then they're back on their path. But oh my god, my fucking eye, this one too. But it's like, whenever this happens to, for instance, to Kenjin or to myself, this is years of struggle that we have to go through. And like I said, having this for a week, all right, that's, we can deal with that. Having this for 10 years, now see how exhausted the person is after 10 years. Like, we are exhausted. As my brother too. My brother is one of those too. It's hard, it gets really hard, but that exactly is the point right there where you need to start thinking about your ancestral heritage. Because you would never be here if your ancestors would have faltered under these circumstances. And you have to remember, thousands of years ago, we humans didn't have it as comfortable as we have it now. We had to work in the rain and the mud. We had to harvest our own crops. We didn't have people that did that for us. We did that all ourselves. Milk the cows. We did all of that. Fight for survive illnesses, fever. Fever today is nothing. You have fever for a week, you're fine. You wake up. Back then you died. The strength that our ancestors had, that is in us. And we have to summon that. And we have to understand that that's important. That that's the only way we can continue to move forward, And if we don't know that, then that's why we falter. Because we just live on the surface. We just live superficially. Shallow. Without harnessing this essence that's within us that has brought us here. Thousands of people in our family had to survive throughout thousands of years in order for us to be born today. And that is something that is in our DNA. And if we start faltering, now what we're doing is we're changing our own DNA, because over time this is how it goes. We change our own DNA, and then our descendants become weaker and weaker. Their bloodlines become weaker and weaker, and they will tend to falter even more as we do. You know what I mean? So think about that. That's the importance. It's less about religion. That's why paganism is this thing. It's less about religion. It is really the way you live your life, the strength that you summon, the work you're willing to put in there, and the biggest thing is like the not giving up is the thing. The not giving up. That is the biggest thing about being, somebody like me or somebody like Kenjin. Yeah. Lifelong trauma, lifelong struggles. Yeah, that is true. Because there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in the world that have it very easy. They get inheritance of wealth. They have maybe very good genes. They live a very long and healthy and rich life, and they don't have to worry about anything. And of course, envious. Of course, I'm envious of that. I wish I had that life, but it is just not so. Okay, and my life is the same as my ancestors was, because that is fate. That has always been this predetermined, this predetermination, and I sit here and I know my ancestors are like, Auntie Betty, as shitty as we had it, you're gonna have it shitty too, and it's like, I deal with me, dog. I'm always gonna deal with adversity. Deal with me, dog. I said deal with me. No, but sorry to fucking dude. I do these inside jokes and you guys don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. Sorry, I do them for myself, I guess. I had a guy ask me today. One of my customers, he says, "You always talk to yourself like that?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir. I need expert advice." He found that very funny. He almost seemed a little bit in disbelief that would come out of my mouth, like. I don't know. It was weird. Exactly. No, but so think about that, guys. Really, really think it. Because in the end, when we die, nothing. When we die, nothing. You know what I'm saying? When we die, nothing. We have only what we know to be real at the end, at our last breath, is the last face that we see, the last thing that we see as a conscious human being in the way we are now. We don't know what happens after that. What happens with our soul, because there's got to be something like a soul. At least that's my thought. That's, because, yes, hormones, sparks, neurons acting, but the feeling of love, the feeling of hate, the feeling of these, that comes from somewhere deeper in there. These things come from deeper. They're in the blood. The life and all of these things are in the blood, and it swims in there. It's your soul swims in there somehow. I don't know. It's whatever. We don't know what it is, but that's all you have. You don't have no money then. Money does not play a role then when you die. Nothing plays a role. Your house doesn't put nothing. That's why everything that you have in your life, just always look around it and think to yourself, how would you feel if you lost all of that right now? Just a hurricane comes and fucking just what then? Then what? Who are you then? What are you then? And if you know that, then you're good. But if you sit there and you're like, oh my God, man, you haven't been homeless. Man, you haven't been. Because I sit here and, oh man, would I be pissed if I lost all the awesome stuff that I have. But it would be in a way a relief too, because it's like, okay, clean slate, because you cannot think about anything then. Okay, because in this moment now that I'm sitting in, I think about always how do I improve my life, how do I make it better, more convenient, more nicer, prettier, right? And you buy things and you do this and da da da. But when you lose everything, then it's only you, and it's fucking party time. You know what I mean? No, it's really like this. It's really, when you have nothing, then that's it. That was my father's mentality too. My father lived very simple to the end of his life, very simple life, just pretty much partying all the time, every day, you know, just whatever with his people, and in a little hut in Kare, Serbia, you know, that's it. And he came from the streets in Leskovac in Serbia. He had nothing, you know, always nothing. Then was with my mom for 20 years or 17 years or whatever, and had everything, and then go back to nothing again. Because in the end, that's it. You have you, and you have whoever stands by your bedside or wherever you fucking die. Whoever stands there. And if there's nobody there, then that's it too. Then you see a tree or you see something, a leaf, then that's the last thing. And that'll be something. There's something, you know, even if it's a grain of sand, you know. So we need to think about that shit more. We gotta stop being so, I can't even say materialistic, because I don't really see many people that are actually materialistic, but I see so many people that are just like, they just live their life on impulses, straight up, like fucking getting high on drugs as an impulse, getting laid as an impulse, freaking, I don't know, partying on impulse, just fighting, arguing, everything just on an impulse. Nothing is thought through. Nothing is actually like dissected and actually, internalized and thought about. Everybody's very selfish. They only care about their own needs, whatever it is that they want. I can see that people don't look in each other's eyes anymore. People don't actually respond to what others are saying. They just respond because they have something to say, not because they want to actually interact and respond to what that person. And I was guilty often of that, because, not because of like selfishness or ignorance, but because like I had so much to say so quickly all the time, and I never take the time to take it in and then respond to that, and then add whatever else I wanted to say, you know. So and that's something that I learned that I had to, you know, and I'm getting better at it, but no, see, I don't mean it like this. I get like that too. I don't know why that is. That's like a thing, and it always makes me feel weird, because my mom always blamed me, like, not me, but my mom was like, if the person doesn't look you in the eyes, then you can already know. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's not like that, Mom, because I'm like that too. I think it's just like kind of a shyness thing. It's like a little, just like an uncomfortable, you know, we feel kind of embarrassed, or I don't know. I feel embarrassed. I feel, you know, it's just one of those weird things that I have. It's like lack of self-confidence, you know, I don't know. And it's only like in the beginning, and then it goes away, you know, like shortly, then I can look in the person's eye and it's fine, you know. But I do believe that there's some people, they don't look in the eye because they have shit to hide, and because, you know, I think that does happen too. But I think there's certain of us, like you and me, Flora Metal, we're just kind of like awkward and weird, you know. Oh God, come on now. That's not that bad. Jesus. Yeah, but yeah. So I really wish people were different, but you cannot control what people do. You can only control how you react to it. So, but I think I'm gonna hop off now, guys. I kind of want to relax now. But this was a really good stream. I think we kind of actually picked back onto what this is about, and that's what I was trying to do. I haven't posted anything on Discord. I I cannot guarantee that this is going to happen on all this week with the show and everything, but I'm definitely going to start doing it again next week, so that we can really, get back into it. And we're doing this right now, really good, good talk. So, oh well, thank you for listening, Florida Metal. Thank you for feeling inspired by what I said. I kind of inspired myself a little bit when I'm like, yeah, actually what I'm saying, that is something I can get behind, I guess. So, but, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. So many were here. Scooby was here. Serenity, Emily, Kenjan, Huck and Such, Florida Metal, Emily, and Extreme Asian Shock, or whatever that was. That was funny. They were funny. Thank you for them for being here. And and I think I said everybody. If I forgot somebody, please don't kill me. It happens. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm good. I am not going to be here Friday, obviously, because I have the show coming up. Going to try for Saturday. Cannot guarantee anything, okay? But hopefully, I'll see you on Friday, Florida Metal. I'm excited as fuck about it. So hopefully Saturday or Sunday, but I cannot guarantee it. I'm gonna try. Thank you, Emily. I hope so. I don't have to hope. I know it will. It always does. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. Don't forget to mourn those that we've been talking about tonight. Those that are in spiritual turmoil and don't know their way and their path. And until either the end of this week or beginning of next week, I say again, thank you guys. Cheers, zdravo, and bye.